what will be the final time. There's one new cap, the Watford defender Paul Robinson being rewarded for his part in his club's marvellous end to the season. Both Wes Brown of Manchester United and Liverpool's Jamie Carragher are now senior internationals, and Frank Lampard's promotion to the senior team can't be far away either. Really, Nigel Spackman, a nicely balanced looking England team.
Yes, very nicely balanced, the same formation as they always play under Peter Taylor. The three at the back with the two wing backs, three in midfield and the two up front. And obviously looking for Lampard and Woodhouse to really get forward from that midfield position and support the front two. And Kieran Dyer with his energy up and down on that right side. But it's a very strong side, and at this level at the moment, England are very capable of beating anybody in the world.
Well, unlike their senior counterparts, the Swedish youngsters have had a pretty miserable European campaign so far, and in fact if they lose tonight, then effectively they cannot any longer qualify. They've only managed to beat the traditional no-hopers of Luxembourg, and they were comfortably defeated 2-0 by England when the countries met in Sweden in September. Just 3 of the Swedish squad on duty tonight play for clubs outside their home country, and anything less than a home victory tonight, Nigel, would be a major upset.
Yes, I think it's a poor Swedish setup at the moment for them, a 4-4-2 as they normally play, with the holding player in midfield trying to get the fullbacks a little bit forward. But I think the England formation will cause them problems, and I think England on the night will be far too strong for Sweden, and having beaten Sweden 2-0 over there earlier in this campaign, I think they go on and win comfortably tonight.
England top of Group 5 with maximum points from their 4 games. They haven't even conceded a goal so far. So Peter Taylor's final home game in charge of England's stars of the future.
Come on, boys, eh?
And these players who are very dedicated to their coach, very determined to go out on a high on his behalf.
Come on, then.
And the result earlier today, Poland and Bulgaria drawing 3-3, has certainly helped England's cause. In fact, if England win tonight and in Bulgaria on Wednesday, then they can't be overhauled at the top of Group 5 anyway. Beat Sweden 2-0 away. Bulgaria 1-0, Luxembourg 5-0, and Poland 5-0. But these really looking to give Peter Taylor a rousing send-off tonight by beating Sweden and virtually clinching their place in the next round. Town players in this England under-21 team tonight: Richard Wright in goal, Kieran Dyer. In fact, 4 Football League players altogether in the lineup: Curtis Woodhouse from Sheffield United and Paul Robinson, the debutant from Watford, although of course he will now be playing his football in the Premiership next season. The referee tonight is Erol Eng-Swe from Turkey. Sweden in their familiar colours of yellow and blue, England in a change strip of red and white. The conditions absolutely perfect here. The rain has just given that nice slick to the surface, and the pitch here at the Mc Alpine looks as though it's August, in fact, rather than May. The sun shining high as Sweden get the game underway. Just 1 off the bottom of Group 5. They've only got 3 points, the Swedes, just 1 win, 3 defeats, and before tonight they've scored just 4 goals in their 4 games, so it's easy to see where their problems lie. However, that slipped there by Danny Mills, successfully holding off Kieran Dyer.
Yes, they're coming back into it a little bit now, Sweden, because England started very brightly.
Enqvist
Get one with the record he's got with the under-21s.
Sweden build meticulously again from the back. Tobias Linderoth in possession. The number 9 is Bjorn Enqvist, who's the playmaker. Edman trying the early ball for Carl Court. Hårga read it well, good interception. Enqvist, Lundström and Ballestedt ahead of him. The layoff finds Varpil. Edman joining in again down the left. Varpil. Edman still part of this attack, but he's got stranded out on the left now. Danny Mills' headed clearance was a good one. And to everyone's relief, I think the sun has finally dipped behind the clouds.
You see the game properly now, hopefully. On the training pitch this week to get the understanding.
Sweden back in possession with Erik Edman. Varpil. And back again to Persson. And that's a useful ball. Well, he's had 2 stabs at that, Lundstrom, but still couldn't get a shot on target.
Yes, this is a good chance again here for Sweden. England aren't pushing out quick enough there. They're getting too deep on the edge of their own box. They've got to squeeze the game out a little bit. If he controls this better here, he's in on goal again. Just there. Then fires it over the top in the end. Good defending from Wes Brown.
Here's Edman. Enqvist dropping very deep in behind his 2 strikers to try and free himself from his marker. Now Mellberg. In the middle of the field, Varpil, who seems to string it all together for them there. Now Enqvist. Edman. Good ball, Lundstrom.
Mills dealt with it well. England have just got to get on the ball and start passing it again now. Nice and easy, slow the game down. Get a bit of confidence back.
Edman. Avhorga. And leaves it to the tall, athletic-looking Olof Mellberg. Enqvist, Edman. Closed down by Dyer. Now he's got a difficult choice. Most of the routes, well, 9 players in or around the England penalty box here, Sweden.
And they're quite a big team as well, so England have got to be on their guard for these crosses coming in.
Edman. Carragher using his positional sense to read that one. Got a little bit lucky with the clearance. I'm sure it wasn't intended for Lampard, but it found him. Carragher again.
It's just gone a little bit dead for England, especially at the moment. They need to get the ball down and pass the ball and make Sweden chase around a little bit.
Yes, I would think Peter Taylor would be a little disappointed so far that England haven't had more of this game. To it. And a gap opening up here. Can Sweden fit it? They certainly can. Ballestedt. Only 1 man in the box for them at the moment. That's Lundstrom. What a good challenge it was by Danny Mills. They tell defenders never to go to ground, but Nigel, there are some times when you have to.
Well, he had to there as well. He was the last man and he chimed it.
Karlcourt. One back by Avhorga. Varpil loses out. Dyer played it in behind Creswell. Enqvist with a good ball. Wes Brown was quick. Robinson's clearance. Creswell doing well against the odds. However, in the end, the referees decided that he fouled Mellberg.
Yeah, but he worked hard there with Creswell. He's unlucky there. I don't think the number 3 is injured there. I think he's just having a rest, I think, because Creswell put him under so much pressure.
And here tonight and in Bulgaria next week would guarantee that they win their group. It's quite a complicated competition, this, at under-21 level. The 9 group winners and the 7 best runners-up move on to the next stage, which is played on a league table basis, and then they actually